Hello everyone, my name is Shraddha and today we are going to talk about the topic future of virtualization, and to explain this in detail we have our friend Shreya here.
Thank you so much, Shraddha. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, so Shreya, let's start from very beginning. In simple words, what is exactly its virtualization?
So let me explain it with a simple example. Imagine you have a one big room in your house. Now instead of using it as just one room, you put up some dividers and create the three rooms out of it: a bedroom, a study room, and the storage room. Virtualization is exactly like that, but for the computers, you take one powerful physical computers and divide it virtually into the multiple computers. Each of these virtual computers runs independently as if it is a separate machine. The actual physical computers is called the host machine, and the virtual ones create on the top of it and are called the virtual machines or VMs.
Oh wow, that's actually a really nice way to think about it. So the physical computer is doing all the actual work, and but it's pretending to be multiple machines.
Exactly, and the software that manage all of these, that creates the virtual machines and controls them, it is called the hypervisor. Think of the hypervisor as the manager of building. It decides which room gets how much space, light, electricity. In the computer terms, that means the CPU power, memory, and the storage.
So who is using virtualization in real life? Give us some examples.
Great question. Virtually every big tech company uses it. When you use the Google Drive, Netflix, Amazon Shopping, or even you company's email, all of that runs on the virtualized servers in huge data centers. Instead of buying the thousands of physical computers, companies buy the few power ones and create the hundreds of virtual machines on them. It saves a lot of money and the space.
That makes so much sense. Okay, so now that we understand what virtualization is, why should the average person care about it?
Because it is the backbone of everything digital today. Every app you use, every website you visit, and every cloud service, it all runs on the virtualized infrastructure. Without virtualization, the internet as we know it is simply would not exist at the same scale, at this scale.
Okay, Shreya. So we've understood the concept, but I've heard there are different types of virtualization. Can you talk us through them?
Yes, sure. There are 6 main types, and I will explain each one simply. First is the server virtualization. This is the most common type. It is mainly running the multiple virtual servers on the one physical server. This is the what data centers and the cloud platforms like Amazon, Azure use the most. Then second one is the network virtualization. Instead of having the physical cables and the routers everywhere, you create the virtual networks. Think of that like the virtual map of all your internet connections managed through the software. And then third one is the storage virtualization. You combine the storage from different physical hard drives and presets it as one of the big virtual storage pool. It's like the combining all your USB drives into one mega drive that you can manage from one place.
Interesting. And others?
Yes, fourth one is the application virtualization. You run an application not on the your computers but on the virtual environment, and it appears as if it's running locally. And the Microsoft app we are the good examples. Fifth one is the desktop virtualization. Your entire desktop environment lives on the server and you can access it from anywhere. Many companies use these so employee can work from home with full access to their work desktop. And sixth one is the data virtualization. This integrates data from the multiple sources into the single virtual view without actually moving the data. It is very useful for business analytics and the reporting.
Okay, that's amazing. 6 different types of and all they solve different problems. Which one do you personally work with the most?
Honestly, the server virtualization and the desktop virtualization, because the most enterprise clients need the both server virtualization for the backend infrastructure and the desktop virtualization for their remote workspace.
Shreya, let's go a little deeper. Can you explain how virtualization actually works step by step in simple language?
Yes, of course. Let me walk you through the basic process. Step 1 is you have the powerful physical computers, also called the host machine. This machine has the lot of CPU power, RAM, and the storage. Step 2 is you install the hypervisor on this machine. The two most popular hypervisors are VMware's and ESXi and the Microsoft Hyper-V. The hypervisor sits between the hardware and the virtual machines. Then step third is using the hypervisor you can create the virtual machines. You tell it create a VM with 4 CPUs, 8 GB RAM and 100 GB storage. The hypervisor craves that out from the physical machine's resources. Then step 4 is you install an operating systems inside each VM. It could be the Windows, Linux or anything else. Each VM thinks it as a full computers. Then fifth step is you install your application and run them to the user. It feels exactly like using the regular computers, but behind the scenes many users are sharing the same physical hardware.
So the physical machine is like pizza. The hypervisor cuts it into slices and each VM gets its own slice.
Yes. Yes, exactly like that. And the best part is if one VM crashes, the other keep running. It completely isolated.
Alright. Now we are getting to the really exciting part, the future. Shreya, what does the future of virtualization look like?
The future is absolutely fantastic. I have here are 5 big trends that are going to the shape virtualization in the next 5 to 10 years.
So let's go through them one by one.
Okay, trend number 1 is AI and AIOps. AI is going to the automated the entire management of virtual infrastructure. AIOps stands for the artificial intelligence for IT operations. Instead of humans monitoring servers 24/7, AI will watch everything, predict problems before they happen and fix them automatically. Imagine your IT infrastructure that never breaks down because it heals itself.
That sounds like science fiction, but it's actually happening now.
Yes, it is already happening. Companies like IBM and ServiceNow are leading this space. Now trained to micro VMs, the traditional virtual machines are heavy. They take time to start and use the frictions of the resources. AWS Firecrackers is the great example. It is used to power AWS Lambda functions. Micro VMs are perfect for the modern cloud applications.
And trend 3?
Yes, this is edge virtualization. Right now most computer happens in the central data centers, but the future is about bringing the computers closer to the user at the edge of the network. Think about the self-driving cars, smart factories, hospital monitors. They can't afford to send the data all way to the data centers and wait for the response. Edge virtualization put small virtual machines right near the user, reducing the delay to the most zero.
That's huge for IoT and real-time applications.
Exactly. Trend 4 is the confidential computing. This is about the security. Today the data is encrypted when stored and when transferred, but when it's begin processed, it is temporarily encrypted. Confidentially computing creates the secure virtual environments where the data stays encrypted even while being the processed. Your data is never exposed, not even to the computer provider.
Wow. So even the company hosting your data can't see it.
Yes. That's the goal, yes. And trend 5 is the shift from VMs to the containers. Containers like Docker and the Kubernetes are the lighter alternatives to full virtual machines. They share the host OS instead of having their own, so they're faster and more efficient. The future will see VM and containers working together. VMs for isolation and security, containers for the spread and flexibility.
So it's not VM versus containers, it is VMs and containers together.
Perfectly. The best modern architecture use both.
So now Priya, let's talk more about AI specifically. So how is AI going to change virtualization beyond the just AI ops?
AI is going to touch the every single aspects of virtualization. Let me give you the three specific areas. First is the smart resource allocation. Today the system administrator decide how much the CPU and the memory to give an each VM. In the future, AI will watch the workload patterns in the real world and automatically adjust the resources. If a VM suddenly needs more memory because the traffic increased, AI gives it more instantly without any human doing anything.
So the system manages itself dynamically.
Yes, exactly. And second is the failure prediction. AI can analyze the thousands of data points, CPU temperature, memory uses, network traffic, and predict with high accuracy that the server is going to fail in the next 6 hours. Then it automatically moves all the workloads to the healthy servers before any failure happens. Zero downtime for the users.
That's incredible. And the third area?
Yes, performance optimization. AI continuously analyze how applications are performing and makes the micro adjustments. Which VMs should run on which physically host. How to balance the load when the scale up and scale down. These kinds of the intelligence continuously optimization is simply impossible to do manually at the modern scales.
It really sounds like the IT systems of the future will run themselves.
Yes, that is the literally goal. Self-healing, self-optimization infrastructure. Humans set the policy, AI handles the execution.
Okay. Now let's talk about the practical side. What are the biggest benefits of virtualization for business?
There are the 5 major benefits. One is first is the cost saving. You need the fewer physical servers, so you spend less of hardware, electricity, cooling. Companies typically save 30 to 50% on the IT cost after adopting the virtualization. Then second one is the better resource uses. Physically servers often sit ideal to the 10 to the 20% capacity. With the virtualization, you can run them to at 70 to 30% capacity, much more efficient. Then third one is the faster deployment. Setting up the new physical servers takes days or weeks. Creating the new virtual machine takes minutes because can respond to the demand much faster. Then fourth one is the disaster recovery. If a VM crashes, you can restore it from the snapshot in the minutes. In the old world, a server crash could mean a day of downtime. Then fifth one is the remote work support. Desktop virtualization means employees can access their full work environment from any device anywhere in the world. This become extremely important during the pandemics.
Those are powerful benefits. But what about the challenges? Surely it's not all perfect.
You're right, they are real challenges. First, security. When many VMs share the same physical hardware, the security breaches in one VM can potentially affect other if the hypervisor is compromised. Security terms needed to be exactly vigilant. Then second one is the complexity. Managing the virtual environment with the hundreds or thousands of VMs requires skilled people and the good tools. It's not sometimes you just set up and forget. Then third one is the initial cost. While virtualization saves money long term, the initial setups, buying the powerful servers, license and hypervisor software can be expensive for smaller business.
So it's a big investment that pays off over time.
Yes, exactly. And the good news is cloud providers like AWS, Azure, and the Google Cloud have made it accessible to everyone, even a small business, without the huge upfront investments.
So Shreya, can you give us some real-world examples of companies using virtualization in interesting ways?
Yes, absolutely. Let's start with the Netflix. Netflix uses the AWS, Amazon Web Services, which is entirely built on the virtualization. When the millions of people try to watch a show at the same time, virtual machines are up in the seconds to handle the load, and when the demand drops at the night, those VMs are automatically shut down. This is called the auto-scaling.
So Netflix is paying only for what it uses.
Yes, exactly. As pay you go, one of the biggest advantages of the cloud virtualization, and the another example is hospitals. During the COVID-19, many hospitals rapidly deployed virtual desktops, so the doctors could access the patient's records from home securely. Not the data even left the hospital servers. The doctors just saw the virtual screen.
That's life-saving application, quite literally.
Yes, and one more is gaming companies like Microsoft use the virtualization to run the game servers globally. When you play Xbox online against someone in another country, your connection goes through the virtual servers that are geographically close to both of you for the best possible experiences.
So Shreya, we are coming to end of our episode. So if you had to summarize the future of virtualization in just a few sentences, what would you say?
I would say this virtualization has already transformed the world of technology, but the best is yet to come. In the near future, virtualization will become smarter with AI, faster with micro VMs and containers, more secure with the confidential computing, and the more accessible with the edge computing. The result will be a digital infrastructure that is the more efficient, more reliable, and the more intelligent than anything we have today. For the business, it means lower cost and the faster innovations. For the users, it means better apps, less downtimes, and more security. Virtualization is not just a technology; it is the foundation of the digital futures.
That is beautifully put, Shreya. I feel like I have learned so much today, and I hope our listeners feel the same. This was such an amazing conversation.
Thank you, Shraddha. I really enjoy it, and to all the listeners.